Kowalski was behind a lot of the content, helped produce the content for As Above, So Below. I think that, to me, the story of the piece can be seen as a narrative, revolving around the central character. The piece opens up with the central character's face emerging from the bridge, Anchorage, and then kind of struggling, going through some kind of difficulty, which to me I interpret as somebody trying to break through the surface. And that could be a conceptual surface, an emotional surface, or even the surface of what, of humanity, and many different things that people struggle with.
So the title Immersive Surfaces has to do with using these surfaces of the bridge and of this wall that we had in a parking lot, and to try to create an illusion of depth, to project from devices, which are the projectors, this beam of light which hits the surface. So I started with trying to think of a concept that could cover all these different areas, and I came up with Immersive Surfaces. The idea being that we would use architectural surfaces in the neighborhood of Dumbo, and we would project onto a surface, and the surface would kind of make an illusion of depth. So you could look into a wall, let's say, and especially with the mapping part of Immersive Surfaces, that area was called As Above, So Below. We wanted to look in, make a depth in the surface.
What I found very interesting from the beginning was the topic of immersive surfaces. And I felt, as an artist, as we sat together to develop ideas about it, I interpreted the topic as of immersion in four ways. Number one, immersion in the projection space, which is the Manhattan Bridge. Then number two, the immersion in Dumbo, at the Dumbo Arts Festival, and a very particular situation with the gentrification of the neighborhood, etc. Number three is actually we are not just immersed in architecture and in a location, we are also immersed in crowds. All of us, we have become part of many. And I feel there is a disorganization of us into individuals and crowds, and that raises the question of how are we all connected. And the fourth aspect of immersive surfaces was for me the aspect of the digital. That means we're also immersed in the layer of the digital.
So there's really kind of two main sections of the show. The first part we called the gallery part, and this encompassed 18 or 19 works by different video artists from around the world, separate pieces in different sites. We had 4 channels in the Archway. We had one large channel right on the anchorage of the bridge, and then we had one other channel where we had maybe 7 or 8 pieces at J Street and Water Street on the wall of a parking lot.
what I'm mostly interested in is how our environments are influencing our perception of ourselves. It's about two people and a close relationship between two people, and it visualizes, it's an animation that slowly, it consists of images that slowly transform into each other. It's very slow, and there's very subtle changes, and it's supposed to reflect on how, when we are in a close relationship with somebody, how suddenly we find ourselves realizing, oh, I appropriated certain gestures. Of course, the architecture of the arch is symbolic for exactly that. That it's a bridge, it's an arch between two people, and I am very happy to see my work presented that way.
I'm Seline Baumgartner, originally from Switzerland, and I have my piece Trail 123 included. In Zurich, I lived with 33 people in a big community, so I became interested in groups and how people behave in groups and group dynamics, power dynamics. In Trail, I think around 10 actors are playing different children's games, such as Following the Leader, Musical Chair, and Chicken Fight. And those games have, for me, those games have something brutal about it, because they're all like, it's a competition, and somehow I think you can also adapt that system into our daily life or in how we behave in society. So, but I think at the end, what came out is a very quiet piece, and it's maybe also a little hopeful that maybe there is also another way of living with each other possible.
3-minute video that I made based on a painting of Sassetta, who is a painter who was a painter in the 15th century, and I just manipulated this painting in Photoshop, and also I painted some pieces, and I changed these monks, these priests, to be so the clothes of these priests that have these hoods, I changed it to be people of our own age. So they are listening to music and smoking cigarettes, and I also put some music under it that they listen to that can be heard from their headphones, which is Speedcore. So this is why the title is Sassetta Speedcore. The idea, I got it when I saw this painting in the Louvre in Paris, and I saw that these priests have a very, very cool face, and they could really be people in a party, or they could be my friends, so this is where the idea came from.